In this section, we're going to be looking at dividing polynomials. So let's look at an example. Dividing a polynomial by a monomial. We have 6x cubed plus 8x squared minus 4x divided by 2x. So let's rewrite this as 6x cubed plus 8x squared minus 4x over 2x. Now what we want to do is we want to break it down into individual terms. So we have 6x cubed divided by 2x plus 8x cubed divided by 2x minus 4x divided by 2x. And now we want to basically divide out common factors for each one. So let's look at the first one. 6 divided by 2 leaves us with 3. And then x squared, take away 1x because of the x at the bottom, leaves us with 3x. So we can write 3x below. Now let's look at 8x squared divided by 2x. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. And then x squared divided by x is going to give us 4x. Now 4x divided by 2x, we can see that 4 divided by 2 is 2, and both the x's are going to cancel out, so that would just leave us with a negative 2. So we're left with a negative 2. Now we can go ahead and simplify the answer that we have. So 3x plus 4x gives us 7x minus 2. Now we're going to look at an example of dividing a polynomial by a binomial. Here we have c squared plus 4c minus 5 divided by c minus 1. So what we want to do is we want to factor the numerator first. So we want to look at factors of negative 5 that add up to a positive 4. So 5 times negative 1 equals negative 5, and 5 plus negative 1 equals 4. So we're going to use these factors, and because it's a c squared with no number in front, we can just put c's at the beginning of both parentheses. So we get c plus 5 times c minus 1 all over c minus 1. And because we have a c minus 1 and a c minus 1 in the numerator and denominator, we can go ahead and divide them out. So that leaves us with c plus 5, and that would be the final answer. Now we're going to look at an example of long division. Here we have 2x squared plus 3x minus 6 divided by x minus 2. So what you want to do is you want to write this like a division problem first in long division form. So x minus 2, and then draw your lines, and then put 2x squared plus 3x minus 6 underneath. Now we want to think of what number times x minus 2 was going to give us 2x squared. So 2x times x is going to give us the 2x squared that we need, but make sure you write it on the next term, not above the 2x squared. So we now have 2x, so 2x times x gives us 2x squared, and then 2x times negative 2 would give us minus 4x. And you see that negative on the outside, we have to distribute it to both terms. So that would give us a negative 2x squared, and that would give us a positive 4x. Now we can go ahead and simplify. So 2x squared minus 2x squared equals 0. 3x plus 4x gives us 7x. Now we want to find out what term times 7x is going to times x is going to give us 7x, and that would be a 7. So 7 times x gives us 7, and then 7 times negative 2 equals negative 14. And then you want to bring down the negative 6. And now you want to distribute a negative to both terms, 7x and negative 14. And when you distribute that negative, you get negative 7x and a positive 14 then. Then you can go ahead and simplify. So 7x minus 7x equals 0. And then negative 6 plus 14 would give you 8. And 8 is actually going to be your remainder. So in order to write out the quotient or answer of this problem, you write 2x plus 7 plus 8 divided by x minus 2. And that would be your final answer. Now we're going to look at dividing polynomials that have a 0 coefficient. Here we have 3x minus 4x cubed minus 15 divided by 2x plus 3. You want to go ahead and rewrite this equation with the highest degree first. So we have negative 4x to the third plus 3x minus 15 divided by 2x plus 3. Now we're going to put it in long division form. So we have 2x plus 3. Then we write the division symbol. Then we write negative 4x cubed. Then you want to put a 0x squared. Then put the plus 3x. When you're doing long division, you cannot skip a degree along the path, because if you go from 3 to 1, it doesn't work. You have to make sure you have the x squared in there also. So this is just something you have to remember when you see problems like this. They can be tricky because most people will forget to put in that term, and then your answer will come out wrong. So after you put that term in, you can go ahead and solve this problem out just like we did the last problem.